These are views from the rim of the Grand Canyon that attract 6 million visitors annually. But only 1% of these visitors venture below the rim. And only a fraction of those hike rim to rim. This video documents descending the South Rim on the South Kaibab Trail to Phantom Ranch, and then ascending the Bright Angel Trail, also on the South Rim. It's March 1st, still winter, and the North Rim is closed. The trail is 17.2 miles long with nearly 1 mile of descent and then 1 mile of ascent. It's the equivalent of walking down the stairs of 5 Empire State Buildings, then walking back up. No backcountry permit is required for this, as it is a day hike. Good morning. This is the start to the Rim to Rim trail at the Grand Canyon. We're here at South Kaibab Trailhead, heading down to Phantom Ranch and then back up to Bright Angel Trail. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Things are looking good, and I'm really looking forward to having an awesome hike. It's about a mile into the hike, and if you're thinking an old-fashioned term, in terms of the view here, it's because we're at Point. People are sitting there at the corner just enjoying the view. It's warmed up a little bit. I've taken off the act tracks and the scarf that I had. Beautiful day. Okay, about half an hour into the hike, I thought I'd stop here and show a little more of the canyon. The views are just breathtaking all the way down so far. So this route was built in the mid-1920s. There already was a route into the Grand Canyon called the Bright Angel Trail, but it was privately owned and they charged $1 per person to use the trail. National Park Service negotiated for 4 or 5 years, got nowhere, decided to build their own trail, and that's what we have today, a beautifully constructed trail. I'd like to pass on my compliments to the National Park Service for doing a great job of maintaining this trail. So I'm focusing on a trail stream diverter. When it rains, we don't want the trail washed out, so every so often the park employees maintain it by having the water wash off the trail as opposed to wash down the trail. So here's a good example right here of a trail stream diverter. Okay, we're 1.5 miles in. We're at Cedar Ridge. That's a hitching post for the mules. Haven't seen any today on the trail. And let's get a little more view of the canyon here. So it was 27 or 28 degrees at Trailhead, and it's warming up, not very windy in the canyon. And I'm sure glad I didn't pack extra clothes. This is O'Neill Butte, and it's named for William O'Neill, who was one of Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders. O'Neill died at the Battle of San Juan Hill in 1898, but before then he was instrumental in bringing the railroad to the Grand Canyon's South Rim. In case you wonder if rock climbers climb to the top of O'Neill Butte, they do, but its sandstone tends to be soft and loose, which only increases the difficulty and risk of the climb. 3 miles into the hike, and we're at Skeleton Point. Now, Skeleton Point was named after the number of mules, not people who have died here. And the colors at this point in time in the morning still look pretty darn good. Here's a view of the Colorado River. On the lower left are the switchbacks that'll take me down to the Black Bridge, which is in the lower right. And then the trail there leads on the other side of the Colorado River to Phantom Ranch, which is not yet in view. Okay, so just exiting the tunnel leading on to the Black Bridge over the Colorado. and into the sunshine. And a river rafter. Looks like there are 3 more rafts to the rafting expedition, and these will join the one raft that is already docked on the far shore. This is Phantom Ranch that was designed by one of the most famous architects of the Southwest from 100 years ago, Mary Elizabeth Jane Coulter. She also designed famous buildings on the South Rim: the Hopi House, Lookout Studio, and Desert View Watchtower, all of which have been declared National Historic Landmarks. She used local materials and the buildings fit naturally into the environment. This is the canteen where you can also mail postcards, and just to the right of the door there is a small box where you use the stamp that says "Mailed by Mule." Here's a good view of the Silver Bridge. It's on the Bright Angel Trail now, so the rest of the hike is going to be headed up. Let's see how that challenge goes. Here's a view of the Colorado River and the Silver Bridge, and then in the background the Black Bridge. The buildings that can be seen right behind the Silver Bridge are not part of Phantom Ranch. Phantom Ranch is 0.3 miles down a canyon behind there. A few rapids you can probably hear. Just a beautiful day today. This is a very pleasant and easy section that is right after the Silver Bridge. I've been hiking in the shade right along the Colorado River, and I'm on the Bright Angel Trail. So I've been listening to the rapids, watching for birds, admiring the views, and so far there's been no uphill switchbacks, which is the part that makes it the easiest. Thank you. Nice. Hi. Hi. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Here's a view of Indian Garden, which is 4.5 miles from the trailhead. Here there's running water, bathrooms, tent camping, and by the way, Indian Garden supplies all the water used at the South Rim. At this time of year, there is no water ahead at the 3-mile and 1.5-mile rest stops, so I topped off my water bottle. I am so happy to be here, as there is cell phone service, and I called my wife, who is going to hike down and meet me ahead on the trail, and then we can finish together. Hey, look, there's the most beautiful woman in the world coming this way. Oh, that's my wife, who dropped me off this morning at the trailhead, is now coming down to meet me here and hike the rest of the way up. Say hello to the camera, Beth.
Hi.
Here's the view from the 1.5-mile rest house. The trail in the distance is the Plateau Point Trail, which starts at Indian Garden and ends at a great overlook of the Colorado River. Right now it's getting colder, and I'm going to add back a few layers, and I can't begin to tell you how much I am looking forward to finishing off this hike. So there's Beth in the first tunnel. Pretty close now, thank goodness. It's been nothing but switchbacks. And thank you to a fellow hiker who took this picture of me and my bride. Okay, so that was 17.6 miles in 9.5 hours, 4,800 feet of elevation change. Yeah, I'm tired. I want to thank my wife for dropping me off at the trailhead this morning and hiking with me the last, I think it was 3 miles. And I'd like to thank my physical therapist, Joel, for getting me in shape, and my son-in-law, Brian, for being a cinematographer. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Thanks.